I woke up early for this one. So Analog had made this announcement 5 days ago, July 27th, 8 a.m. They used the pocket color background there. So we kind of knew what was up. I was prepared just in case, but in typical Analog fashion, this was just an announcement for an announcement. So they have announced today that the Pocket pre-orders are going to be going live in a week on August 3rd. And there's a lot of new information here. There's a ton of products that go along with this. And I want to go over a lot of this stuff with you guys because there's going to be a bunch of people who are new to Analog, and I'm hoping to, answer some questions out there as far as how the experience goes with the process and go over a lot of the new information. So for those who aren't in the know, the Analog Pocket is an FPGA handheld that out of the box plays Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance cartridges, right? No emulation. This is FPGA. Two FPGAs, one for development and one to play their course, right? So they always say no emulation. Some people can get caught up in the definition of words and whatnot. This is an FPGA implementation of these, handhelds. It's more an accurate way of playing these games than software emulation, though there's nothing wrong with software emulation. It's two different things here. So for those of you who are into it, they know what's up. If you're not, play whichever way you want. I'm excited for this, but I've kind of lost a little excitement. We'll talk more about that in a moment. So I did notice after they did that little announcement, the first one, they started tweeting videos of Game Boy games again instead of NES games. Like, why keep promoting the NT Mini Noir when it's already sold out, right? So here's some more information we already know. 3.5-inch screen, 615 PPI, 1600 by 1440 resolution. The Pocket has 10 times the resolution of original Game Boy. Tons of awesome stuff going on here. The display is made from Gorilla Glass, but they're also selling a tempered glass screen protector. Okay, let's double up on that screen, right? Pocket does it all. Game Gear, Neo Geo, Pocket Color, and Atari Lynx. Are all those adapters going to be available once this ships? No, they're not. Talk more about that in a moment here. Analog isn't just for games anymore. So there's a lot of stuff going on here with music development. I think a lot of people are going to be into this. I've been to events where people have used like a Nintendo DS or a Game Boy to make like synthesized music. And not necessarily my scene, but I thought it was neat. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. I wasn't, really aware of that stuff when I first seen it. So a lot of people will be into this, but it's also going to require purchasing more accessories, right? So they have a built-in workstation called Analogue. So that's cool. Designed for music creation and live performance. A lot of people will be into that for sure. Not me, but hey, cool that you have that. Connect your Pocket to your Mac, PC, or other hardware with the MIDI and sync cables. Yeah, they got a lot of cables they're selling. Pocket to MIDI USB-A, Pocket to MIDI in, Pocket to Analog Sync, Pocket to Pocket Link. What? So yeah, you can link up your Pockets if you buy a bunch of them. If you have friends in the schoolyard on recess, you could link them up and play, right? I don't think kids are going to be buying this, right? Sleep and wake with the power button. I thought this was really cool. This is something that can be implemented with those FPGA cores. So if you're in the middle of a game like Golden Sun, say you got to go take a poo and you don't want to take your Pocket into the restroom and get poo particles on it, and you're just like, dude, I got to go. Hit that power button, boom, you went into sleep mode. And once you hit that power button again, you pick up right where you left off in the game. So I thought that was neat. I really do like that kind of feature because not just the example I gave, but plenty of other examples. I mean, a lot of people just take this to the bathroom and say, screw it, I'm continuing playing, right? But here we go, original display modes. So they talk about how they have original display modes with the quirks and all for all three of these original, handhelds. Let's see here. Display allows astonishingly accurate recreation of original hardware display characteristics like backlight, LCD effects, pixel grid patterns, and LCD subpixel patterns. So they do have some examples here. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. Little Castlevania action. I think the display looks amazing from what I've seen so far. There's no better way to explore all of handheld gaming history than with Pocket. Here we go. That dock, man. So we do have a price for the dock when it releases, all that stuff. Now, the thing I wasn't aware of, but I knew, like, hey, you can use 8BitDo, 8BitDo Bluetooth controllers. I didn't realize, they probably announced this before, but I just didn't notice it. But they state that you could use any wireless 8BitDo Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz controller to, directly to the dock for wireless gameplay. I thought it was just Bluetooth, but you could use 2.4 gigahertz. There's a bunch of 2.4 gigahertz 8-bit controllers. They just recently released Super Nintendo ones, right? So you don't have to use those adapters. According to this, it looks like you could use any of these controllers. That is cool. Up to 4-player support with wireless controllers. You could connect up to 2 wired controllers as well to use wired, but 4-player support, like, I don't know how that would work. Like, say you want to play Wario Blast or whatever it was called. I remember that game on the Game Boy, multiplayer game, but everybody had to have a Game Boy and the cartridge and, link up, right? Are they going to be able to implement playing those kind of games multiplayer on the big screen? Like have like boom, 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 multiple screens? Or is this more for homebrew? I don't know. That's one thing that we don't have information on at the moment. So yeah, they talk about you can connect up to 4 pockets. They're also going to be selling this pocket hard case for like $30, designed to show off your pocket on the go and display it on your shelf. I mean, who's going to buy this case to take it on the go? I'd rather have like a pouch or something. You know what I mean? This is more for you're going to put your pocket in there, put it on the shelf, and stare at it instead of playing it. Not for me. I'm not buying that. $30, no thanks. But it does remind me of back in the day, like when Nintendo started releasing the like Fantastic or whatever they called them, the Fantastic colors of the Game Boy, where they had like a clear one, then they had a red one, yellow one, and they started shipping them in these like clear plastic shells. Kind of reminds me of that. Pretty neat, but I'm not buying it. This is one feature that I'm really excited for. Make your own games for Pocket with no programming knowledge using Game Boy Studio. So they partnered with those guys. This is going to be awesome. I remember back in the day, like using a TI-83 graphing calculator and programming games in BASIC and just having a blast with that. That was so much fun. And I think these no programming knowledge needed, software packages to make games is really a cool idea. And for them to partner with these guys to be able to make your games, if you want, that's going to open up a whole new community. Now, I think that's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to messing with that. You can download Game Boy Studio now, or GB Studio. So it allows you to generate proprietary Pocket files to use on an SD card on your Analogue Pocket. So you can download it here. They do have a link. That is really cool. Developer, now you can help preserve game history. This is the cool thing with that additional FPGA, right? So there's a lot of people out there making Mr. cores and whatnot, cores for various other, FPGA implementations out there, right? And I definitely could see a lot of people bringing some of those cores over to the Pocket. Like, could you imagine playing Neo Geo on this thing? I don't know if it'll happen, but there's possibilities there, right? This thing could be like an all-in-one super handheld playing like everything. I think that's going to be really cool. A lot of information we've already gone over here, but it does have a 4,300 milliamp hour battery, rechargeable, 6 to 10 hour gameplay, 10 plus hours in sleep time. All right. And then the dock. So we already talked about the dock. We're going to go more into that in a moment. So here we go. Pre-orders August 3rd at 8 a.m. Analogue Pocket does not play copyrighted ROM files, but I'm pretty damn sure we will get a jailbreak. I'm pretty damn sure flashcards will work just fine. So there's that. Let's go back to the pre-order page and look at the products that they're selling, right? So here we go. Starting August 3rd, you could choose black or white, $199. So here's the thing you have to keep in mind. $200 for this thing, plus the shipping, which their shipping is always outrageous. Like, it never adds up to what you think it should be. I ship all the damn time, and I ship through FedEx, UPS, and the U.S. Postal Service, right? The money that these guys charge, it just makes no sense, right? So look forward to a elevated shipping charge. And then if your bank charges international transaction fees, keep in mind that, yeah, the Analogue Pocket will ship from within the U.S., and it's listed as like a U.S. company, but the owner is in Hong Kong and banks in Hong Kong. So it's an international bank that you're going to be going through. So you may have to pay an international transaction fee. For me, with a price like this, it could be like $10, $15. It's just the way it is. So depending on your bank, keep that in mind, because all the stuff they're selling, if you go all in, that could start adding up. The dock, pre-orders opening up the same day. Not everything they have listed is opening up the same day, but there we go, $100 for the dock. If you want to get the full potential out of this as far as just playing games, you're in it for $300 before shipping, which at $300, they're probably going to charge like $40 shipping within the US, right? I don't know. It's just going to depend. And then international transaction fee on top of that. A lot of money. They take all this money up front, and it doesn't ship until May 2021 without any delay, right? If there's no delay. There's any delays, who knows? But May 2021, we're looking at almost a year, 10 months. They're going to be holding on to your money. They're going to be getting interest on that bish, right? And what are you doing? You're sitting there just hoping that it ships on time, or hoping that they ship early, right? But yeah, keep that stuff in mind. They take the money up front. It's going to be like 10 months at minimum before you get this thing. $100 for that, $30 for that stupid case. Okay, I'm being a little critical here. Some people will be into that. Tempered glass screen protector, $16. Wow. You get one and a cleaning cloth. Okay. Do we need that? Maybe. It's already Gorilla Glass, but whatever. Fast charging USB-C power supply, $20. Holy crap, dude. Just for a brick. And then $30 for each of the adapters. The only one that's going to be shipping with this is the Game Gear one, because they already have that core going. The Neo Geo Pocket Color and Lynx, maybe they don't have the cores ready. That's kind of, who knows? So it says they'll be coming out next year, but there's no firm date. And the pre-orders are not opening up yet because maybe they don't know. They're still working on it. Keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to play those games right away. You can play Game Gear as long as the adapter's not like defective, right? Pocket to pocket link cable, $16. $20 for the MIDI in cable, $20 for the analog sync cable, and $20 for USB-A cable, MIDI cable. The USB-C cable, which it already comes with one, $16 if you want an additional one. Holy crap, dude. 1.5 meter cable for $16. Yeah, it'll have the Analogue logo on the tips there. Just on the tip and the ends. But fuck, $16. Nah, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying none of those cables. I'm probably not going to buy any of these adapters either. I just want this and I want this, right? That's it. I'm saying it's going to be $360 all in, just for the console and the dock. That's a lot of freaking money for them to hold on to for 10 months, gaining that interest. You know what I mean? But hey, if you're interested, just wanted to share that information with you guys. Will I get one? I want to, but man, to drop that kind of money next week with so much other things going on and uncertainty, it's kind of a strange thing. I've got a few days to think about it. I really want one, but then I also have to think about how often am I going to use this thing. Yeah, I'll get video content out of it. That's nice, but it's just a lot of money. And I already have ways to play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance on an HD TV, through HDMI on like the GameCube, using the GC loader, Game Boy player, Game Boy interface, that kind of thing. I do have Game Boys, Game Boy Advances, all modded with LCD screens and whatnot. So it's more the prospect of developing games for this thing with the no programming needed GB Studio, and the prospect of other cores coming to it through developers. That's the big thing. I've got a few days to think about this. A lot of money. I'm not rich, obviously. Not rich, but man, do I want this? Yeah, that's just a lot of money. So hopefully this video gave you a little bit more information. Appreciate you guys. Drop a comment down below. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Big ass thumb butt and boom. Bye.